I sent one of my friends the 9i Young Boy MV.
Mm-hmm.
This is a friend that I like send K-pop songs to every so often as recommendations. And his response was, I miss when you were into girls.
I never even really listened to any boy groups before this.
Oh no, I know about NCT does not mean I listen to their music.
Wow, that's kind of brutal.
I'm visiting this friend next weekend out of state, and we are going to watch Boys Planet together because I'm going to be in that person's home when it comes out. So to keep them engaged, I made a bingo sheet for Boys Planet with a bunch of prizes.
You got prizes?
One of the prizes is Two Baddies NCT album.
So you're punishing them.
Oh yeah, none of the prizes are good.
How'd you get the album?
It was at Target for $10.
That's not bad, actually. Wow, so have you told them that it's over 2 hours long?
I told one of them, and he said, okay, well, we won't mention that.
I will say, no matter how many dance battles we put through it, this kind of sad episode inherently.
Yeah, I'm glad that this wasn't the episode that came out while I was out of town. And now, so many of my faves are gone.
There's a little silver lining to this, though.
Oh.
We got to see Jingu looking very boxy.
Yeah, his head was very rectangular shaped.
I know, a lot of hard angles.
More so than I remember, for sure. But it is very sad that this is the podcast episode, or I guess the first podcast episode, where we have to talk about many of our favorite boys who have left the program.
I will say, I know that we saw the entrances of the boys the last episode. I mean, like, previously, right?
Mm-hmm.
But something that I didn't notice until now, before we actually get into what we're getting into, Takuto's glitter hair with this cheek rhinestone.
Oh, Takuto is the king of Club Libby Lou. Claire's, what is it called now?
Oh, I think it's called Justice now, but he is freaking visionary.
He just belongs in a mall advertisement in 2003.
I don't know if he chose, like, did he do that to himself? How'd he...
Rue, what was his inspiration?
He, like, adds the most cute and fun accessories to anything. Like, do you remember his freaking cheek? Because I do.
Oh, and when they were all watching the clips, he had that little, like, chicken on a spring in his hair.
I know. I want to see what he's hiding in, like, what other fun accessories he had in his little go bag, because I know some people's luggage is entirely filled with snacks. So maybe Takuto's is filled with accessories.
Good for him, but God, if I was on this show, I would be filling my luggage with Cliff Bars and granola. I feel like Takuto... Okay, listen. Last episode we established... Or no, maybe it wasn't last episode. 2 episodes ago, we established that Woonki is a visionary.
Yes.
In choosing members for his group.
Yes.
Can we have him as director, and then can we have Takuto as the stylist for the final group?
Oh, this is very good.
If we make a director's cut lineup of these boys, I think Takuto and Woongi should both be on it.
Oh, and are you going to add a little producer to that lineup?
There's only one great option. But yes.
We honestly have one good option for makeup, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, so my producer is Lihoi Tech, and I have a guess about who your makeup artist is going to be.
It's the guy who literally said if I was, like, born again, I'd want to be a makeup artist. In some of his, like, vlogs, he literally gives makeup tips the whole time.
Mr. So-won.
Mr. So-won! He's a little beauty guru.
I looked at 9i's, like, YouTube channel just to see, like, vlogs of Winnie because I'm grieving.
I know.
And I did watch, like, 2 minutes of So-won going into one of those places that test for your perfect color that matches your skin.
Oh my god, yeah. I forgot about your seasonal color or whatever.
Yeah, his was, like, a coral color, which... He did look good in it.
Well, I'm happy for him. I will say, before we get into the very sad stuff, I don't know if you have these prepared, but I have prepared some theoretical groups of different top of like different concepts in order to celebrate these guys' careers, even if and like their strengths, even if they're cut away.
Oh, I am always ready.
The first thing I want to do is that, to me, I have found 3 people who I think could properly do a Catalana cover by Orange Caramel.
Let's hear it.
One is the center, Chao Wungi.
Yeah.
Of course. Number 2 is the main vocal of this one, Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3 is Lee Sung-hwan.
Oh, okay, wait, no, this is a really good lineup.
Isn't it a really good lineup? I feel like these 3 people are like, would both be silly, but take it seriously.
Oh, completely.
It's just the perfect amount of camp. This is my Boys Planet ideal Catalana cover.
You have an outfit in mind for this group?
I feel like it'd be rude not to give Ungi a beret.
At this point, it is kind of his brand.
I don't know if I need the beret specifically, but I think Ungi should be wearing shorts. And I think if it's the Catalana cover, then I think it's only right for this to be polka dot themed.
That only makes sense. You know what I could see for this? I could see Woongi in a beret. I could see Seunghwan in a little bowler cap.
Oh!
And Kong. Perhaps Kong could have one of those, like, newsboy caps.
A Kong in a newsboy cap would be so cute. Actually, when you said bowler hat, can you imagine Woongi in a very small bowler hat tilted to the side?
Yes! Ooh! Okay, that's good. With, like, a little flower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he would rock that. I see the vision.
You could also go with the mermaid style of it, but I just think it'd be harder to conceptualize that one.
Yeah, I feel like the mermaid is better for the MV. But you know what? These boys can have an MV for it. They deserve it.
Would you mind if I also give you my ideal cute lineup?
Oh my god, give it.
This one, I'm going to start with Ungi, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. There are concepts I have without Ungi on it. Cute is not one. Hong Hai, kind of another obvious one.
Yes, he's pretty cutesy.
Next is someone who maybe does not immediately come to mind, Park Gwon-young.
Oh, yes, we will miss him. He has been eliminated, but he did serve great vocals, and he has very pinchable cheeks.
I agree. Now this one is another kind of obvious one. I'd prefer for him to be a little older, though, Takuto.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a cute group, you kind of gotta throw him in.
Yeah. Next is another vocal, Kong.
Yes, Kong deserves to be in a cutesy group, for sure.
This one is the one that I think should be obvious to you, Oli.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for it. I was ready for you to give another age disclaimer.
And the 3 left. For the first one, I'm going to say the disclaimer is that he gets vocal training. It's Oju.
Oh, I do think Oju would be great in a really cute concept.
I do too. Now this one, he kind of, I know that a lot of the songs that he seems to like to sing are maybe more like mature, but like I think Wumudi would be solid.
Oh, yeah. I could see Wumudi in a cute group. I think he could really pull it off.
And the last one that I think, the vibes of this guy I feel are more, maybe less energetic, more subdued, more like introspective, but I think having some members with slight contrast can actually strengthen it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
For this one, I'm putting Jonggi-chan. For instance, if you can't imagine this one for me, then imagine that he's wearing a sweater that is too long for him.
So his little fingies are covered?
Yes. I think like it works with his messy bowl cut.
I could see that. I like that.
I have more, but I feel like it'd be insane to just like hit them with you all at once, so maybe we can like sprinkle them in throughout the episode if you want to hear any more.
Well, I have one that I feel goes with your cute group, but is slightly different.
Tell me!
So if you remember, Hiroto is someone who is always thrown into a cute concept.
Yeah.
But hates being called cute.
Yeah, I remember that. He's so resigned to it, though.
He's so resigned to it, especially in this season, this series, I guess. When he chose Aju Nice for a song, I was like, oh, he knows his fate. But along that line, I've developed a cast of men who I believe could pull off like a cute, boyish, but still masculine group.
I love this. Give him his mask fantasy.
Exactly. So then, that being said, the first member is obviously Hiroto.
Yes.
Second, and I think this is an interesting choice because you had him in your Catalina group, Lee Sung-hwan.
Oh, I honestly see it because like Lee Sung-hwan, like he's kind of like he has like the energetic and boyish, but also he has the energy where he's able to do neurotic.
Exactly. He's versatile, but also when he committed to his minion bit in his PR video,
Yes.
I knew that he was capable of anything.
Yeah, I agree.
And then the third member is Jung Ming-gyu, getting a little bit more tall members. I don't know, more masculine looking members.
Hey, he can prove that he can at least pull through a performance.
He did really good.
He did good. No, he's been in my top 9 multiple times. I love him.
Yeah. Number 4 is Haru.
Love this. I think this is a great combo.
I feel like Haru is such a good dancer. He could probably pull anything off, but he's also like very cute. So
I think he was nerfed by his bad dye job.
he did have a not great dye job, and they let him go just as he got this beautiful shade of purple.
So pretty.
Sad. My number 5 for this group, Kum Junhyun. You might know him as the guy who likes to scream and has been a 4-star twice.
You mean Kum Junhyun is 5 years old?
Exactly. So he has proven my point. Because this was a lineup I made pre the episode. I saw this coming. After him, we have Knock Hamden.
I think that's solid. I think he has some versatility in him.
I think so. I think he's kind of got boy next door charm, and I think that can work well into this group.
Yeah.
And then we have Lee Hwan Hee. I like him, and I think he can do it.
This group needs a main vocal.
Exactly, because I have not listed one so far.
You have solid people, but you need the main vocal.
Right. So we got Hwan Hee for our main vocal, Haru for our dancer. Center, I guess, gets to be Hiroto because I made this group for him.
It's about him.
It's about him. And there are 2 more members.
Yes.
The first is Winnie, who we have mentioned many times on this podcast.
Rest in freaking peace.
I will miss you.
I know.
And then finally, we've got Dong Dong.
Oh. You know, I always thought that Dong Dong was kind of pushed near the back, but I always thought he was pretty solid.
Right? And I feel like he could pull off this concept. He too kind of has, like, boy next door. I could see him in another Letterman jacket. So that's my mask but cute group.
I think that's cute.
Thank you.
He, you know, I'm looking at a picture of him right now, and I think he really could do cute. I think, like, I wasn't thinking of that previously, but I'm looking at him and I like, he has these big, beautiful eyes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he sold his performance I think he was in Danger, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think, if you want to, I think this could segue into the dance battles they showed us. Because we just talked about Haru a lot.
We did, and he finally got his moment to shine right at the elimination episode.
Too late, because, like, he was so good.
He really did well, but, you know, Mingyu's got to get up there and just, like, do the absolute most.
Do the fucking Cabbage Patch, and, like, literally, Mingyu is, like, the guy who will take his shirt off to fight, except he will also take his shoes off to fight.
That's what happened in the best friend game or whatever.
He also did that for, like, his dance in the, like, first episode. I have nothing to say about Zihao versus Yadam.
I thought that Zihao was the winner.
No, I mean, I agree. I just, like, I don't have, like, anything interesting or funny to say.
Oh, that's fair. What about the final one-on-one match?
What do you mean? What about Kana versus Ungi? Oh my god! First of all, Ungi finally gets screen time, and it's incandescent. It's everything I wanted and more.
Oh, he's really showing off his strengths. But also he ate that without being able to do any stunts or like major tricks. He pulled out such surprising and satisfying moves.
Obviously, like, he's a good dancer, but obviously he couldn't do Kuanrui dislocating both of his arms and then, like, put the setting on vibrate. No. But what Woongi can do is completely eat it up. Completely. Like, what's that post about, like, Solgi melted her coochie into, like, solid steel and then made it into an album or whatever? Woongi does that every time.
He totally dominated Kata. Like, Kata did not know how to respond to that.
Because, like, Kata, I think, did more, like, slightly technical street dancing.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, first of all, when Moongi crawled through his legs and then did the backwards crawl with eye contact, it made history.
When Ricky covered Ollie's eyes.
Literally, you can see Sungkwan going from the back to run to the front to scream. And then go back.
Oh, the Catalina unit is so real.
Listen, because, like, I literally went through, like, all the boys thinking, can they do it? Can they do it satisfyingly? And a lot of people are close. Like, I think I could accept Haruto, but I think Sungwon, Ungi, and Kong would literally destroy it.
Yeah.
Life-ending performance.
Deserved lineup. I love it. I would pay to see that.
And then Kuonrui. If Kuonrui goes against someone, you don't even have to say their name because they're not winning. I'm glad everyone shared their snacks.
Yes, if they didn't give all the boys their snacks, literally would have been criminal.
Riot. Like, they have these 3 things, and, like, G Group wins, and they're like, no, not even on something inconsequential can G Group win.
Did we start talking about the boys that have fallen?
We haven't. First of all, I just want to say, rip to every Burn It Up boy.
Every single burn. That was so sad.
They call them all up there, and they're like, hey guys, all of you flopped. Are you gonna cry about it? Go home. It was like, and they're like, go sit down. Like, and none of them, I didn't see a single one of them cry, which is insane.
I feel like they were in shock. Like, nobody predicted that no single member was going to make it.
It was crazy.
It was really sad. And I want to say, I will miss Zhuan Hao. Because when he was feeling himself with, like, the pink wigs on his arms, I knew that was genuine.
That was amazing.
And he was eating it up. He was serving those pink wig arms.
Like, during Burn It Up, when he had his weird vampire moment, and then he puts those pink wigs on his arm, we lost a showman, and I didn't even see him until it was too late. Okay, can I also just say, rip to every single Thai guy.
Yeah.
Every Thai guy left. Even freaking Min, who was on, like, the G Avengers team. I hate calling it G Avengers team. I hate calling things Avengers team. But it's what they use.
He got, like, a good amount of screen time. And even boys who got, like, negative screen time made it. Like, Doha and Mingyu were really high, but...
That reminds me, something about Doha and Mingyu is that Doha, Mingyu, and Dial have kind of gone viral for being, like, awful... Like, they're awful dancers, they're awful at, like, performing or whatever. But they still get a lot of votes. Meanwhile, you have Yang Jun.
Our boy.
Who also goes viral, and, like, all his fan cams have relatively high amounts of views. But everyone's watching him, and no one's voting for him.
I was voting for him.
Where is the justice?
There was no justice for Yang Jun and his meme king status.
Yeah.
They used him for the views, and then they threw him to the sharks.
Also, the way they set Dial up to receive hate.
Right after he had proven himself as being such a sweetie.
I feel like now that, once you know that you cannot rig people onto your show, you have to become much more manipulative with editing.
Yeah. I hope these boys that get, like, these horrible edits don't receive backlash in the future for it.
Well, I'm sure Christian is.
Christian is owning his narrative. Christian walked up there and said, I know I was bad, Christian. Get ready for a new Christian. And I respect that.
I love that being like, hey guys, I'm bad, Christian. I love him. It's also probably not going to win him any points for him to say that in Chinese.
Yeah, probably not. But I appreciate that he's trying to give himself a redemption arc. He could possibly if he plays his cards right, but there's still no way that Mnet's gonna want him.
If you look at his Korean rank versus his international rank, okay, so his actual rank is 37. His Korean vote ranking is number 52. His international ranking is 24.
He's definitely one of the ones being pushed along by international votes. Rip Our Fallen Angels. Osuke.
Yeah, Osuke, like, also Osuke was crazy popular in when they were picking out guys in the sports day thing.
I know. And honestly, I felt like that was strategic because you knew one of the challenges was going to be like carrying your partner.
Yeah.
So everyone going for the 5'2" guy was so funny to me. Maybe he's not 5'2". Sorry, Osuke, if I'm being unjust to you. Let me look. You are...
No, just a moment.
You are 164 centimeter tall. He is 5'4".
Wow. Okay. So some of my fallen soldiers from Danger, which is the first one, is like Yangjun and Minhyuk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are, I think, the people who I was most sad about from Danger.
Dong Dong, I'll miss you, Dong Dong.
You Dong Dong. Oh, hold up. Can I find a fucking list of?
And Chen Yu Gang.
Yeah. Do you have lists of like who's in what group?
No, I just remembered that one for some reason.
Well, because he's with Yangjun. I missed his freaking hair.
Oh, when he had the like little headband in the styling, that was so good.
That was fun. So from Danger, Jonggi Chan.
He made it.
I know, but like they're like, hey, just so you know, you only made it due to points.
Yeah.
That's always sad to hear because like literally for the past 3 episodes, all I've seen of Jonggi Chan is that he is like kind of like sad and given up.
Yeah. But he got the benefit, so he made it.
Oh, Sung-hwan slayed in Danger, so
He did.
good for him. So I think the next one, okay, we talked about Burn It Up. Oh yeah, and Aju Nice, I think isn't the highest ranking person Sowon? No, it might be Yu Sung-on.
I don't know, I don't remember the rankings.
But I love when they're like, Sowon, can you dance Hype Boy? And he's like, yeah, and Woonki's like, me too. So cute. And I love how they're like, oh, the person coming up is incredibly like beautiful and hot, and Woonki's like, oh, it's me. and so on, and it's like, I thought you said it was a visual. And also, do you remember when they're calling the number 1 and Woonki's like, it's gonna say Woonki?
Woonki's so cute. He really is.
How do you feel about Mingyu being 2 spots behind Doa?
I think Doa got the better edit initially, but I think Mingyu did better in his Aju Nice performance than Doa did in his backdoor performance.
Oh, I agree.
So I think it will inevitably flip. Like, obviously this voting period was so long because it was the first, 4 episodes. So I think Doa got that advantage, but I do think it'll flip.
I agree. Oh, so rip to Jiho, rip to Dong Yal, who is the guy who did the bondage performance of Criminal.
I think he's still in it.
Really?
He's 40.
Wait, I'm getting Dong Yal wrong. I'm getting him confused with the Uptension guy, which is the guy who we are talking about here.
Okay.
Might be. Kong is lower than I'd like.
I'm sure Kong is also being carried by international votes, but yeah, he deserves higher than 35. The fact that Ma Jingjiang is so high, interesting to me.
Korean people think he's hot.
I know.
His Korean votes are significantly higher than his international, percentage-wise. Rip to Ichika and Oju, 2 of our boys.
Ugh, I will miss you, Ichika and Oju.
I know.
Oju nice boys.
So we have Kill This Love here. I was worried for Hwan-hee. I was so worried for Hwan-hee.
Oh my god. Hwan-hee making it. I'm so relieved. He's got another shot. He is, lest we forget, one of the best vocals on the show, even though he has vocal nodes. Does anyone remember how big of a deal those were in Pitch Perfect? So this should not be taken lightly.
Literally, all main vocals were, incredibly sick. I'm like, what is going on in this Boys Planet thing? These boys are not getting rest.
I know.
And, it kind of, if you look at the behind the scenes, Lee Hwan-hee is so single mother energy that literally if you look at the behind the scenes, the other performers on his team literally called him daddy.
It was so cute. Hwanhee, spoiler alert, he's gonna be back to my top pick.
Hwanhee, literally, like, all those boys are wearing harnesses because that's their baby leash. Now, meanwhile, we have Kill This Love G Team, and I think the only person who left was Min.
I think you're right.
Think of it. Zhang Hao, Wang Zihao, Sok Machu, Keita, and Chen Quanri.
Goodbye, Min. Oh, they lied to you and then they fucking let you go. That was so sad.
Fucking rude as hell.
Okay, I also want to say goodbye to, from K group Kill This Love, Mr. Hong Kyun-hee.
Yeah, I will say from that group I liked Yuseop somewhat. I thought he had passable tone. He was in Gunwook's group originally. Kyun-hee, I think I liked him earlier because he was masked, but I now have no particular feelings.
Harsh. I liked him. I thought his rap was decent.
I will say it is passable comparable to other raps I've heard. Sorry that I'm so harsh on this.
Oh, we already did Ajunai's group. Goodbye, Jang Jiho. I will be watching 9i videos.
I know, I like Jang Jiho. He's a nice young man, it seems.
It does seem so.
He sits on other people's laps a lot.
He's very cute.
How do you feel about hot sauce? Donggun has shooters because he's hot, but...
Yeah, Donggun making it was wild to me, but okay, let's see him scream another day. Love him, but...
that entire hot sauce group lived.
I know, that was crazy.
They kind of framed it like they lived because of Hanbin. Hanbin led all of them to survival.
You know what? I like Hanbin now because he was nice to Ollie in that stupid Find Your Best Friend video.
I'm not saying like that, because like, I think Hanbin's a nice guy. I like when he screams, which is a lot. Okay, freaking Rip to Nice.
Rip Nice. We will miss you. I'm sad. I'm sad about him. He never got to be in a concept that fit him.
I know, like, why do you want Nice to be like NCT Mask?
It just wasn't gonna work.
It feels like you're putting a beautiful betta fish into like a goldfish bowl. It's just unethical.
I think that we should throw in an elegant mermaid concept for some boys because I think Nice would fit there.
I think that would be cute. I don't know if he can sing, but I think Schweibo would be okay.
Oh?
Just because we need a long hair boy in there.
We do need a long hair boy in there. Schweibo would fit that. I think So-on would fit that easy.
Actually, do you want me to name another one of my groups right now?
Let's hear it.
Okay. Do you want my my Shiny Teeth in Me group or my emo group?
Let's go for Shiny Teeth and Me, because I kind of have a group that fits that description a little as well.
So my Shiny Teeth and Me group, which is, I would say, Backstreet Boys, like NSYNC era, so number 1 is Haru.
Yeah, he belongs in a Backstreet Boys group, for sure.
Number 2 is So-on.
Ooh, I like that for So-on.
Like, because I think So-on is, like, he looks like a teen idol from the 90s who, like, smiles and they have the ding on his white teeth, you know?
And I can see both of these boys so far wearing, like, sweatbands on their foreheads and wrists.
Exactly. You know who else? Keita.
Yeah, ooh, Keita would be really good in that.
Next is Winnie.
Okay, Winnie's perfect for every group. It's just the truth.
Next is, might be the youngest guy in this group, Haruto.
Oh, he'd be good, though.
Yeah, next is Jay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's perfect.
Hwanhee.
Yeah, okay, Hwanhee would be good in, like, a 90s group as well.
And this is one I'm kind of teetering on, Mingyu.
Mingyu is a little bit... you know what? I think Mingyu's a little bit more 80s, but I see the vision.
I think that, because, like, I honestly feel like I was just so entranced with what Eungi had for him.
Yeah, you're right.
That I'm like, I need this squeaky clean bullshit from him.
I like that. And that group has, like, a solid range of vocals and dancers, so Mingyu can be there, fist pumping at the camera.
Quote-unquote rappers.
Haruto is good! I'm gonna give it to Haruto!
I know, I'm not. I know Haruto has some of the better ones. Did you have any other groups?
I did. So this is similar because this was a group inspired by One Direction.
Okay.
Now keep in mind my only knowledge of One Direction is You Don't Know You're Beautiful, and my impression of that is like a bunch of guys just like standing around a camera and like looking at it and kind of like swaying from side to side, no dancing involved. Vocals kind of there, but you know, they're all singing at the same time, so I don't really know how any of them sound independently.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit raw. It's a little bit Boy Next Door, but not quite cutesy. So I only have 4 members in this group. Are you ready?
Kind of obsessed with this.
First, we have Wamudi.
Easily.
I mean, he could do so much better than this concept, but he would also absolutely eat this concept up.
I agree.
Number 2, Yangjun.
I love this for him because when he sings in his range, he sounds good. Like he's made to like sing like OSTs.
Right? So he could totally sing like in a group setting with like no dancing involved. These kind of like slower but still poppy songs.
Yeah.
I see it for him. He could like wear a t-shirt and like raise one eyebrow and cover his mouth and then like do a stupid little like shoulder shimmy. That's my vision of One Direction.
I feel like, so I'm kind of thinking like this is a group where it's like 2014, but you're still using Polaroids.
Yes, exactly. You see it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this next member,
Uh-oh.
I don't know how many vocal parts he's gonna have, but we need someone to stand there with a guitar, so we have Jang Min-seo.
I love that! And he's actually talented with a guitar.
He's talented with a guitar, he can prove it. He doesn't need to dance, because I know that's not one of his strong suits. And he's got a beautiful face.
Actually, do you know who else can use a guitar? I think Jay can.
Oh, I believe that. Honestly, Jay could be a good addition. I did not put him in this lineup, but he would be really good.
Let me freaking Google that to make sure that I didn't just freaking lie to you.
All right, let's find out.
Okay, he's literally playing it in his like intro video. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then so we could swap Minseo with Jay, and I do think Jay would fit this concept. You know what? We can have 2 guitars. Screw it.
I will say, from what I understand so far, he seems a little high energy.
Oh, that's true.
But I think it could work either way, because like this because I don't know the final guy, so I don't truly know your vision.
I don't know if this is going to change anything, but the final guy, this final member for my vision,
yes,
is Lee Daul.
Oh my god.
He's cute enough, he's charismatic enough, he has like a voice that can carry a tune, but does need support from other members, so that's fine. We've got a bunch of other members to work with. Yangjun and Wamudi can both carry a note.
This is transcendent. This is correct. I didn't even realize.
Thank you. So it's a small group. It's a small group, but it's a specific vision. And I just feel like I could see them on the cover of a CD in front of the ocean in Target.
Literally making summer songs.
Literally making summer songs, like a nice, calm summer song.
Oh my god.
Calm but still pop. I gotta clarify. This is One Direction inspired.
Yeah, from the image of One Direction we have built up in our heads. Oh my god. No, this is me. Actually, he's not on this program, but do you know who, to me, fits this kind of a little bit?
Oh god, who?
Kaylin?
Kaylin Moriarty! Oh my god, yeah, he would be in this. That is correct and true.
He would eat it up and spit it out.
Ugh, he would be so good with all of them, so he can be added in.
My next one, which is my last one, I have one for, this is my, like, when I say emo concept, you know those kinds of music videos where they have, like, one guy in, like, a sort of, like, torn up, like, white sweater, and he's holding a guitar in front of, like, a gray wasteland, like, industrial building?
Oh yeah, I know exactly the vision. His, like, legs are kind of spread, his head is thrown to the side.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not quite emo, but it's like, in the sense that it's slightly darker and a little more sensitive. And that they're going to use maybe a bass guitar or maybe even an acoustic one, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You get this vision, right?
Oh, totally, totally.
I don't, like, the closest thing that I'd say to emo is that maybe one of them is wearing a striped shirt, you know? Anyways, this number one is Jonggi-chan.
Yeah. His given up attitude has made him perfect for this place. No, I'm kidding. It's just because he's sensitive.
It's because he's a sensitive boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a composer. He's a retreat into himself boy.
And we do know he is a good singer because we have seen previous footage. He just happened to flop last week during Danger.
Yeah, very sad. So next is Jeon Busok, who is Jeon Busok. Now this is the guy who did Criminal.
He's in your emo group, and he was handcuffed.
If you don't believe me, check out his freaking he has an Instagram, and it is kind of baffling to look at. One boy who I think would not enjoy it, but would do very well in this type of concept, because it's like, I don't think necessarily that Schweibo would like this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like, the long hair sensitive boy is kind of just right.
Oh, we need a long hair boy in this group for sure.
A guy who I think could work, Han Yusop. And it's not just because he got a perm. Yeah, I thought he had a kind of interesting face.
He does have a really interesting face.
In the Limit episode, his hair is longer, he has a slight perm that, like, it works very much and for this concept.
Gotcha.
So next, and this is with the requirement that this person has a lot of vocal training.
Oh boy.
Lee Dong-gun.
I knew because he's perfect for it. He really is.
Did you see him with those freaking arm warmers?
Oh, he was born to be an e-boy.
Literally. Okay. So this guy who is interchangeable with Schweibo for me in this group, like, I only need one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Min Seo.
Oh, yeah. Just one long hair guy.
Yeah. Other than one of them having, like, a guitar talent and one of them not, like, I feel like their image is still kind of similar in my mind to me, because they're both very, like, reserved, slight, like, kind of nice young men. Now, there are two people who I am on the fence about.
Oh?
One of them is, one of them is Lee Sung-hwan.
Wow. Okay, I'm actually shocked by this.
Because off stage, he's very high energy, but I feel like I've seen stuff from him and that I think he could do this sort of, like, the range of different moods that is required from this. I think he is, like, kind of the perfect chameleon.
I respect that. I actually, because I've seen, like, photo shoots. I remember.
Literally the app one.
Yeah, the app one.
And the last one that I'm not sure about, because this creates too much of, like, a large age difference, I think. Wait, how old is this guy? Hee.
It's gonna be Ji-woong.
No. He's 27, so, I don't know. I think, like, Min Seo's, like, 16.
Oh, gotcha.
So the last one is Juan Hao.
Oh, but Xuan Hao would be good in it.
Wouldn't he be good in this sort of, like, vampire swag?
Yes, I see that.
This is my, like, not quite emo, but, like, 2010 melancholic industrial vibe.
I think we need more of that in K-pop, and I think it's really funny that that's the third group concept you decided on, because the third group concept I decided on to make my group for
Holy shit.
was, like, an edgy Catholic.
It's a Christian.
Oh, you know Christian's on there. You know Juan Hao's on there. You know Kim Ji-woong is on there.
This is better than any group idea I have ever had.
Oh my god, I'm honored. Would you like to hear the rest?
Absolutely, absolutely, please.
So, we have Chen Kwon-ri. Might be surprising, but I think he can serve it.
It makes sense.
Imagine Stained glass, drinking wine, like vampires, like the elegance, the grace. It's there.
Because, no, I see it because, like, especially when Chen Quannery wants to feel sexy, I see this for him.
So next we have
Yes.
Li Hui-tek, which I think is a shocking addition, perhaps.
No, because this is the sort of concept that you need at least one person with mind-bending vocals.
Right?
Yes.
I think he proved himself and Shut It Down, where he was like, okay, I can do something a little bit darker and mysterious.
I don't know if you'd put him in this, but I think Hwan Hee would also serve in this.
I didn't put Hwan Hee on this, but I literally thought about it. I was just like, damn, I can't put Hwan Hee in like every single group I make.
Yes,
That's
you
too
can.
much of my bias. I will also say I thought about adding Yang Jun to this group, and I didn't because of that. But also because I felt like if I added Yang Jun, then it would get too like Forstella-y versus kind of like the sexy vampire thing.
Yeah, no, I get you. I have a guy who I would want to add to this who isn't from this show.
Oh, who is that?
Well, his name is Hu Yatao.
Oh, Hu Yatao would eat. Hu Yatao, first off, should have been on this show.
Should have been on this fucking show. Literally, I think there are a lot of people on here who are perhaps have their basics down even worse than Yatao, so I'm like, it's literally only because he's serving femme. Only because he's femme.
Literally. And I will say, okay, so once again, the guy who did Criminal, I've looked it up. I added him to this, the Bondage Criminal version. It was John Woo-sok.
Yes, John Woo-sok.
Yes, so I added John Woo-sok to this list because he went on stage with his wrists tied together with ribbon, and I thought he deserved to be in this group because of that.
Yes.
And then my final member, I said Juwon Hao. Yes, okay, I did say, so my final member besides that, Chen Renyeo.
This makes complete sense to me. He literally kind of looks like he could vampire cosplay.
That's what he was serving in, he was in the group, was he in Burn It Up? Yeah, he wasn't Burn It Up, okay.
Remember his corset?
Yes, his like stupid pirate corset and his like one dangly earring. He had the vision set, so he can be in my edgy Catholic vampire group.
This group is amazing. I'm already subscribed. It has like just like a 5% visual K bite to it, but like not enough that like it's unmarketable.
That was my final group.
Oh, we haven't talked about Backdoor and Love Me Right. Christian, huge nerf. Ricky, Ricky super high up. Schweibo survived, which surprised me, but then I realized that Korean people really love his visual. Like, hold up, if I go to Schweibo, he actually has, like, a super high, like, Korean voting ratio compared to
other G group members.
Yes.
I believe it. He's a good looking guy.
Let me think. Ji Yoon Seo, I was worried for him for a minute. Tyre sweep a bit. Jongwoo survived. Junhyun did well. Let me think. And when it comes to Love Me Right, Winnie, fucking Miss Congeniality over here.
Literally, Winnie was so kind to all of the other trainees. He was so supportive. Also, Haru too. I mean, I'm so glad that they had each other because they were so cute, sitting and holding hands. I don't know. I'm gonna miss them so fucking much.
They both got, literally, when you saw, like, Winnie, Haru, and Ding Honghai sitting together with their, like, 3, like, very bright hair colors together, it looked so fun.
It was so cute. Oh, and Wamudi, he had pretty bright hair too now.
That's true. I will say I'm so glad Wamudi survived. I was not expecting it, but I was really hoping for it.
I know, me too.
I feel like I was a little late to the Wamudi love train, but I'm a fan.
Me too. I started voting for him right at the end, but I feel like a lot of people were in that situation because he jumped a lot of levels.
Let me think. Haruto lived. I'm glad Haruto's higher than I expected, so I'm very happy.
Me too.
Honghai dropped a little bit, which was sad. Anthony dropped as well, which makes sense. He hasn't performed to the best that he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. Lee Jonghyun, I actually don't know who that is. Oh Sungmin, I'm glad he survived because he is the guy who, with Woongi, who's one of the 3 guys who basically got kicked out for being too gay seeming.
Yeah, and he was pretty good in his performance.
Yeah, he was really solid. I remember when they're like, this is for the guys who have this guy who lived has a beautiful smile, and everyone's like, Sungmin, let me see those cheekies. Lee Yudam, I feel like he's really pushed by Mnet, but he flopped hard.
Yeah, he didn't. I feel like they're gonna have a hard time pushing him though, just because he's a manlet, and people don't love a manlet.
Really? I thought people well, I guess if you're a manlet, then you have to be pushing the cute as hard as you can.
I feel like he's just too much of a manlet.
Takuto.
But Yidam's older, so Takuto still could grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And do you want to react to their top 9 before we give our top 9? So, number 11 was, hold up.
Hey Ray, I remember.
Good, I'm glad. I will say, the one thing I have about Tae-Ray is in this one, he's like, as a thank you, I'm going to sing for you, and it was so mid.
It was not a good performance from him, but it's fine. I still like him.
I feel like for him, he can handle the high notes very well, but I'm not entranced with his personal vocal tone.
Yeah.
For singing normally.
I think that's a good judgment.
10 is Ganuk.
I'm really mad that I started liking him this week, but it was all because of the Hwan Hee Dad edit, so I just have to look at myself in the mirror and go, Chris Brown fan, Chris Brown fan, Chris Brown fan, and then I'll stop liking him.
Yeah. Number 9! Can you believe Mr. J?
I am so happy for Jay, but I am so fucking worried. I was hoping that he would be higher. I feel like 9 is such an unstable place, and I thought his performance was so incredibly solid that it deserved a higher placement.
I will say, if it makes you feel better, his difference from number 10 is 400,000 votes.
Okay, that's pretty good, and he did not even get the benefit. Ooh.
And the difference between him and Keita is, it looks like 20,000 votes.
Holy okay, that is way closer than I thought it would be.
That's what this PowerPoint I found on Reddit is saying, because it has, yeah.
Okay, well, good for Jay. He really deserves a high placement, and I really hope he can maintain it, because he is definitely one of the boys that he has a voice that I want to keep listening to.
Yeah. Number 8. Yeah, Keita is 8.
I didn't think he would be this high. I wonder if, East Asian countries are voting for him more. East Asian,
Japan?
Japan, I guess, yeah.
I think it's possible, because, his ratio is skewed towards... Looks like it's skewed towards, international voters. Even more than Jay.
Which I believe he does not seem like a K pick to me. But he seems like a very capable performer and leader. So, nothing against Keita. It's just, look at who K is voting on from G Group, shout out to Ma Jing-Jiang, who has not done anything but has a pretty face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I getcha. They honestly haven't let him even talk.
No, not at all. But I do appreciate Keita, and I do think he would contribute something valuable to any group that he's in.
I agree. How do you feel about Hotaik being 7, which is a little lower than I would hope?
Yeah, I'm wondering, I don't know if his one pick base is going to be that great because of this.
Yeah.
If people are voting Gyuvin over Lee Hui-Tek, I'm sorry. I'm not feeling the confidence anymore. At this point, it might not even be he doesn't make it because he drops out. He might just not make it.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll start voting for him.
Yeah, Gyufin's above him, and I gotta say, I personally have never really understood the hype, necessarily. I've never really stopped and looked at and been like, that guy's performing really well. Who is he? Oh, it's Gyuvin,
Yeah.
I feel like I might be slightly biased against Gyuvin and Yujin because I think that they are too young to debut. I think it's not necessarily Because I'm like, you guys should have a childhood or whatever. Oh my god, number 5 is Jung Hao.
I mean, like, I'm happy with that ranking for him. I wish it was higher, but
Yeah.
I understand that he's up against some powerhouses for the next 4 people.
Yeah, like Yujin. Isn't he like... They list him as like 16 in the show, but I think that's his Korean age. I think he's 15.
Let me look. 2007?
Yeah. Yep, he's 15.
You know what I will say for Eugene? That in his intro PR video, he was the boy who knocked over his own sign with his soccer ball and then got scared, and the door closed on him being sad and scared.
That was cute.
And it was one of my favorite PR videos, so I will give him that.
Wait, Gyuvin is 18.
18-year-old, good for him, but he still has high school boy energy.
No, I get you. I'm like, I legitimately looked at him and I'm like, this guy's 16.
Yeah.
So next is number 3, Kim Ji-young.
Should be number 2, but whatever.
I'm happy with him debuting.
I'm happy that he's in the lineup. He's so funny, and he might have not shown any actual performance skills besides like lifting up his shirt so far, but whatever.
I don't mind. Oh my god, I looked at his Instagram previously.
Mm-hmm.
His Instagram description is essentially live, laugh, love. He will post pictures that are like a picture of a dandelion being like curiosity. A picture of a painting, mind. And like a picture of like a still from that movie where what's that movie where
Call Me By Your Name.
Yes. And with a deep quote under it. He'll post like pictures of himself in black and white with a deep quote over it in English every time. Like,
you just know he writes poetry a few times a year and calls it a hobby.
He is a normie in the most unhinged way. Like, he's a normie in a kind of weird way, and I'm kind of obsessed with him. I'm glad he is going to debut.
Me too.
Next is Sukmachu at number 2.
Dear Tessa, who commented on like our first or second podcast, you were right. We should not have underestimated Matthew.
I legitimately thought he was going to be Yurina. Because I thought, like, people are like, oh, if you like Hanbin, then you'll pick his best friend on the top 9 because you want them to debut together. Never mind. Matthew literally has his own stance. Literally has so many of them. I did not realize this. I did not understand this. I thought he was going to be Yurina, but I was wrong.
And that leads us to rank number 1, who we've already talked about a little bit.
Sung
Hanbin, who has been... You know, I watched the video of him, like, whacking To Call Me Mother by RuPaul.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, how did he code switch so hard for this show?
Yeah, it's like... Because, like, in the other videos of him, like, in classes, like, whacking and, like, voguing and tutting, like, he will, like, walk around, like, slapping people's butts, like, in a casual, friendly way, and, like, have, like, super aggressive faces while he just, like, turns it out.
He is not bringing that energy to this show at all. He just really seems like a good Catholic boy in this show. But maybe that's why he keeps getting halos.
Good Catholic boy. The only good Catholic boy I can think of in this show is Oppa of the Church.
Who else? Someone else called themselves Oppa of the Church, and I was like offended during the elimination episode.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
What?
But I was like, how dare you steal Brian's thing?
Who called himself Oppa of the Church?
It was a K guy. I can't remember who. I want to say it was Park Hanbin, but I can't confidently say that.
Wow.
But you know what? At least 2 Catholics. Maybe 3 if you want to count Christian's Catholic BDSM album.
I don't think many people would. I love that. This is why he's getting every single South American vote.
Him and Ji-woong, when they started ranking number 3 and they were like, oh, he's big in a bunch of South American countries, I was like, oh, it's not Matthew.
Also, they're actually, when they said number 3, they're like, this guy is big in Canada. I'm like, wow, imagine not being the one big in your home country. That's sad.
That's true.
Oh, do you want your top 9?
I'm ready to share my top 9.
Hit me.
All right, let me get my image up. Okay. My number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Now that, and keep in mind, all of these boys, all of my other faves, Winnie, Oju, they've been eliminated. So this is, I'm adding some new fresh faces.
Trimmed.
So number 9, Chaewon-ki.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep, he's finally getting his flowers from me. I know I've resisted for a long time, but he's so good and charming. So
Yeah.
top 9. He's someone that I would want to see debut.
Ah.
My number 8,
Yes.
Mr. Wamuti.
Love it. Love it.
Number 7, Ollie,
Ah.
who can do nothing else but a cute concept.
Yeah.
But he's so cute. My number 6, despite his
Flop.
I mean, it wasn't a flop. It was just like, what's going on? This is so underwhelming. Is Kim Tae-rae?
Ah.
Yeah, because like we know he can sing, but it was just that moment of him being like, "Let me sing a song for you," and then singing the most mid ballad of all time.
Yeah.
But you know, I still want someone to hit those high notes, and I want a second person to hit those high notes because my number 5 is Lee Hwae-taek.
Thank you. Can we get some harmonies? Can we get some multi-permanent harmonies on this debut team? Thank you.
Can we get some production? Can we get some professionalism, etc.? Has he been the leader in all of his groups so far?
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like he should be. My number 4 is Kim Ji-woong.
Wormed his way back in your heart.
He's been like roller coastering through my rankings every week.
Literally.
But you know, now that a bunch of my favorite guys are gone, I'm like, I miss him. And I need some comfort, something stable. So I'm throwing in Ji-woong.
Love it.
My number 3 is Jay.
He's got the voice.
As always, and I assume that he will once again have the voice next week. My number 2 is Haruto. I really want to see him debut, but I'm worried for him. But I don't know. I just want to see him debut.
Yeah.
And my number 1, who I spoiled earlier, is Lee Hwan-hee again. He got the dad edit and like the parasocial relationship that I feel for Hwan-hee right now, where I'm like, he's just like me for real, like, is insane, and I need him to debut.
I would listen to this group easily.
Thank you, even with Ollie and Ji-woong in the same lineup.
Well, the production part will have to have a lot of things to figure out here.
Yeah. If I'm being realistic, we can cut Ollie, but I'm still voting for him.
Yeah.
Let's hear your top 9.
Okay, so number 9, who I almost put Sung Hwan here.
Oh, wow.
Hong Kai.
Hong Hai deserved. Okay, very good.
I mean, I think he has solid vocals and I like his personality.
He's got a little bit to prove on the show still, but I like feel the potential in him.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that he lives up to it, unlike Anthony. Sorry, Anthony.
Oh.
8, Pong.
All right, Vietnamese boys, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Number 7, I'd say, is Yu Sung-on.
Okay. I love this concept you're building so far.
What is it saying to you?
It's saying that Woongi is also going to be on here, and it's going to be a very cute concept.
I would say that number 6 is Woo Moody.
He can pull off cute.
Number 5 is Jong Hao. Number 4 is Lee Ho-taek.
We need someone to write good music.
Number 3 is Jay.
Oh my god, twins.
Number 2 is Haruto.
Oh my god.
And number 1 is, quote, your strawberry macaron sweet boy, your puppy dog cutie sexy. Woongi.
You know what? We should get Woongi to write some lyrics, because he's clearly gifted with words.
He can put so many adjectives next to each other.
Poetry. Honestly, Ji-woong should be intimidated.
Yeah, no one else can do it like Woongi.
Pretty good top 9. I'd follow your group.
I feel like you may be like, hey Betsy, this is fucking insanely disjointed. Well,
yeah, once you put Lee Hwae-taek in with the cute boys, I'm like,
well, because like Jay and Jong Hao and Yu Sung-on, I would say are also not maybe too cute.
I think Yu Sung-on could do cute.
But I think a happy meeting place would be like somewhere in between like NCT Dream and NSYNC, you know?
Yeah, just a little bit of like Y2K.
Yeah.
I know I say Y2K a lot.
It's so trendy. Listen,
there was just like a freedom and an effortlessness and a liberation that went into Y2K, like not caring about what anyone thinks, just having a good time. And we're trying to bring that back.
No, I believe it.
Good film sesh. Thanks for listening,
Thank you.
anyone who's here.
Yeah.
Thank you to my friend.
And thank you to my friend for spending time with me.
Yeah.
Who else can we talk to each other about all this?
Literally nobody. We're all we have.
I mean, we can get someone else to sit down for 3 minutes, but